we go. That's what I was gonna say. Thanks, Mom. So, the thing that I admire most about Michelle is frankly that beyond anything is that in addition to being a WAGS mom, she has gone above and beyond to support our Kids Who Can program, to she has become just a permanent fixture in our WAGS family tree. She has, in just the last 3 months that we have been working together, we have had 3 or 4 school assemblies with the Parma City School District, including their Change for Change, that we're going to be having a big fun movie party with them this week to celebrate with the second graders on them raising $1,250 just in change wars. Yes, that was all Michelle. We also have CMSD that was all her doing, and she also has 2 more schools, one at First Step Schools and one at St. Columkill. Both of them are going to be coming up this spring, and at the St. Columkill School, we're going to be doing sort of a Chef Junior program with their 8th graders. It's going to be carrying on annually. And all of this has been accomplished in just the first 3 months that Michelle's family has had Claire. And she has gone in with both feet. She has utilized all of her skills coming from a background in education to just take this whole Kids Who Can program to the next level. And I can't be more grateful. She just exemplifies the traits. She's graceful, and in the face of whatever challenge is in front of her, she just is set on building the most positive, joyful life for herself and her family, and not just her family, but just whatever family crosses her path. And for that, we just couldn't be more grateful. And for that, I give you Michelle Rapanovic. Please, I apologize for me stumbling over my words. The much more eloquent than I am, and the recipient of our Family First Award.
Thank you. I assure you, there will be tears, so please bear with me. What an honor it is to be here tonight, to be part of the WAGS family, and to receive this award. As a parent, you want to give your child the world. You want to make memories, travel, attend family events, family vacations, and all things to make childhood memories for your kids that will last a lifetime. As a parent of a special needs kiddo, that doesn't change. You still want to give them the world and make the memories that last a lifetime, but how you do that may look a little different. When our daughter Aubrey was 9 months old, my husband Rich and I started noticing that she wasn't developing as a child her age should be, so I started asking questions. At 12 months, she fell off the growth charts. She lost weight and even shrunk in height. By 15 months, we were referred to developmental pediatrics, neurology, and were awaiting evaluations for both physical and occupational therapies. Since then, we've been to countless specialists, have had diagnoses given, and others taken away. We've had numerous tests and evaluations, have left doctors scratching their heads, and attended therapy sessions as many as 5 times per week. It's a full-time job juggling both kids with their school and therapy schedules, as well as the family calendar. Over time, we started noticing Aubrey struggle with what appeared to be sensory-rich experiences. We made the decision to change how we do things as a family. With Aubrey's sensory issues and anxiety, we had to cut back on how much we do that involves big crowds, new and unfamiliar settings, or potential loud and startling sounds at the places we go. When things became too much for her little body to handle, she would just sit and take cover. She would completely shut down and not be able to continue. I soon began feeling like our son Mitchell was missing out. He was missing out on all the things he enjoyed doing because we would avoid them for Aubrey's sake. My husband and I spent many weekends dividing and conquering by taking turns with who takes Mitchell to different events or places and who stays home with Aubrey. Fast forward to August of 2017, my husband retired from the Air Force after 24 years of service. Upon his retirement, we moved to Ohio. This move brought an entirely new set of stresses, challenges, and juggling for me. 7 days after we moved into our new house, Rich began his new job teaching at St. Edward High School. Not only was Rich making a major career change, going from a very structured military life into teaching teenagers, but the kids and I had been moved to an area that we knew nothing about. I was also feeling the pressure and urgency to get Aubrey set with all her therapies and specialists, as well as find a preschool for Mitchell and get the house set up so we could settle into what would be our new normal. It was rough. It was daunting. Rich was overwhelmed with feeling his way through his career change, and I was overwhelmed with appointments, IEP meetings, and just trying to keep my head above water. I'm so grateful that my mom was able to come out with us for that first week in Ohio. Sorry, she's here tonight. And help me unpack and get as much set up as possible before she had to fly back to Texas and return to work. She has always been my biggest cheerleader, supporting my hopes, dreams, and loving on us with abandon. I am equally grateful to Rich's family and that they live locally. They have been more than willing to help when needed, babysitting, transporting, and just being a constant source of comfort, support, and love. Without the love and support of our family, we couldn't have done it. I'm a firm believer things happening for a reason. Though we may not know what the reason is in the moment, I believe we will eventually understand our why. When we were living in Virginia, one of Aubrey's specialists asked me if I had considered a service dog for Aubrey. I began looking into it, calling agencies that I could find that would work with kids. No one would work with a child so young. At the time, Aubrey was 2. One of the agencies that I called said she could get on their wait list at the age of 5, but at the time their wait list was 3 years. I quickly lost hope and pushed that thought aside. Over time, Aubrey's sensory issues became more difficult. Her sensory issues and anxiety hit an all-time high, making our family outings virtually impossible. I decided, after moving to Ohio, to once again search for service dogs for kids and see what I could find. That's when I found WAGS. Not only did they work with kids at any age, but they were local, right here in Ohio. I called and spoke with Wendy. She was easy to talk to. She made me laugh. She made me cry, and she didn't beat around the bush. It wasn't long before I called her back and asked her to send the information packet. I got that filled out and sent back almost immediately. This December marks 2 years since what I call our doggy home study. It's where Wendy and Josh came to the house to do their home interview. Aubrey didn't want anything to do with Wendy, but she took to Josh almost immediately, even taking him a clean diaper when she needed hers changed. No, he did not do it, but that was a missed fundraising opportunity. The look on his face could have brought you a lot of money. Since that visit, WAGS has become more than just a service dog agency we were working with. They've become family. Wendy, Sarah, Lauren, Lisa, and Josh, we honestly cannot thank you enough for your dedication to WAGS and all of your WAGS families. WAGS has become something I am passionate about, a mission I promote and support at every opportunity that presents itself. They became our family lifeline when they matched Aubrey and Claire in July. Cue the waterworks. I will never forget that day. July 1st is the day Aubrey and our life changed in ways beyond my wildest imagination. We had been talking to Aubrey about her dog and about how we were going to pick Claire up. Aubrey was excited and she would say, "Obby doggy, Obby doggy," which has now changed. Don't call her dog doggy. No care. But when it was time to go, she wouldn't. Aubrey wouldn't walk. She wanted to be carried. She wouldn't walk to the car. She wouldn't walk into Grafton Correctional Facility, and she wouldn't walk through security. She wanted to be held, protected, and comforted from these very scary, for her, surroundings. She was overwhelmed, shutting down, and I feared what would happen when she walked into a room full of trainers and dogs at GCI. When we got into the room, she was clinging to Rich. She wouldn't leave his lap, and then they brought Claire to her. Claire looked up into her eyes, licked her arm, and Aubrey laughed. Aubrey loved seeing the tasks the trainers had taught. And by the end, she wasn't hiding. She was smiling and she was ready to go home with her doggie. When we eventually got into the car, Claire lovingly placed her head on Aubrey's leg. Then Aubrey gave her another pat. The magic was already happening. When we eventually, that evening at bedtime, we put Claire in her kennel in Aubrey's room because Aubrey wasn't ready for her to be in her bed. Around 4 a.m. the next morning, I heard Aubrey cussing, and I went into her room. When my eyes adjusted to the dark, I found Aubrey in the kennel, with Claire, curled up between her legs. Since then, Claire has been promoted to Aubrey's bed and even has her own pillow. We brought Claire home on a Monday. By that Wednesday, Claire instinctively interrupted a sensory meltdown that Aubrey was having in the waiting room at physical therapy. I was in awe at what I was witnessing. Since then, the two have become quite the pair, and they never cease to amaze me. Since Claire joined the family, we have not had to carry Aubrey in or out of any appointments, into new settings or even big crowds. Aubrey walks confidently with Claire by her side. The confidence and independence that Aubrey exudes now is astounding. People who haven't seen Aubrey in a while are constantly commenting on the changes they see in her. Not only have we seen a leap and increase in her speech, but the confidence when speaking has grown by leaps and bounds. She is more engaging with people, making eye contact, and not taking her protective position of covering her face and hiding from people as often. She still has her moments. She still has her sensory issues and anxiety, still startles easily, takes cover and hides from people, but with Claire by her side, she will now turn to her for comfort, curling up and asking, "Hug Claire," when needed. Aubrey now sleeps through the night. She doesn't even call out to us during thunderstorms, but rather rolls over and hugs Claire, taking comfort in her calming presence. Even Claire has fallen into routine and follows her girl around, tail thumping excitement when we pick Aubrey up from school. And she even knows to assume the footstool position when Aubrey is in the bathroom. Hashtag short girl problems. We've been able to explore museums and zoos and attend fall festivals as a family again. We have been able to go to a carnival and see fireworks up close. All of us making memories together. No longer needing to divide and conquer, and it's only been 3 months. This, Claire and Aubrey, this is why we moved to Ohio. This is why I'm standing here today. This is our reason. I cannot imagine where we would be and what life would look like for us without Claire. That's wrong. I can't imagine it. We lived it, and I don't want to go back. I want to give my kids the world. And with Claire, I feel that's possible for Aubrey just as it is for Mitchell. This is magic. Magic that happens every single day. Magic I had only dreamed about, but now get to witness. You being here tonight, this is your reason. Each of you here tonight is helping to support something amazing, something truly life-changing. You are helping support magic for WAGS waiting kiddos and their families. You are helping families provide the world for their kids. Without supporters like each of you in this room, we wouldn't have Claire. Without Claire, we wouldn't be building family memories. Without each of you, Aubrey wouldn't be soaring the way she is. And without you, WAGS wouldn't be able to do the amazing work they are doing. So please recognize your why and your reason. Recognize those two things and how being here tonight provides you the opportunity to help WAG's mission live strong. You being here tonight also gives you the opportunity to help other families. Families who are awaiting their magic. Families who are waiting to make their newly improved family memories. Families who want to give their kiddos the world. Thank you again to the entire WAGS family, everyone who is here tonight, our friends, our family. Thank you to each of you for helping us give our kids the world.